You thought you were finally getting somewhere. You had the plan. You had the momentum. You could see the future you wanted. And then, everything fell apart. The opportunity disappeared. The plan failed. The goal moved further away. Maybe you lost money. Maybe you failed. Maybe you gave everything you had to something and still didn't get the result. That moment hurts. Because a setback doesn't just attack your progress. It attacks your belief. It makes you question yourself. Maybe I'm not good enough. Maybe I should just stop. But listen carefully. A setback is not the end of your story. It is a test of whether you're willing to continue writing it. The strongest people aren't people who never fall. They're people who refuse to stay down. Look at a storm. When the wind becomes violent, a weak tree breaks. But a strong tree bends. It moves with the storm. And when the storm passes, it stands again. You need to become that tree. Because life will hit you. You cannot control that. You can only control what happens after the impact. And this is where most people lose. They experience one setback, then turn that setback into an identity. I failed. Becomes, I am a failure. That's the trap. A setback is something that happened. It is not who you are. You failed at something. You are not a failure. You made a mistake. You are not your mistake. Never confuse an event with an identity. Because once you believe the setback defines you, you'll start acting like it does. You'll stop trying. You'll stop taking risks. You'll stop moving forward. Don't let that happen. Ask a different question. Not, why did this happen to me? Ask, what is this trying to teach me? Maybe your strategy was wrong. Maybe you weren't prepared. Maybe you moved too fast. Good. Learn from it. A setback becomes valuable when you extract a lesson from it. Failure is expensive, so don't waste it. Think about a boxer after losing a fight. He can go home and tell himself he wasn't good enough. Or he can study the fight, find his weaknesses, return to the gym, round after round, until the person who beat him the first time wouldn't recognize him the second time. That's what you do with your setbacks. You don't run from them. You study them. You use them. You turn pain into information. And then, you move. You don't need to rebuild your entire life in one day. You need the next step. One phone call. One workout. One page. 1 hour of work. One small action that tells your mind, I am not finished. That's how momentum returns. And yes, you will probably feel afraid. That's normal. A setback creates doubt. Your mind remembers pain. It whispers, don't try. What if you fail again? But courage isn't the absence of fear. Courage is moving while fear is still there. You cannot wait until you feel confident again. Sometimes confidence comes after action. Take the step, then another. Slowly, your belief returns. Because every action becomes evidence. You told yourself you would get back up. And you did. That's how self-trust is rebuilt. Not through thinking, through proof. But don't expect the road forward to be easy. There will be days when the disappointment comes back. You'll remember what happened. You'll wonder if you're wasting your time. That's when you need patience. A seed doesn't become a tree overnight. A mountain doesn't become smaller because you're tired. You simply keep climbing. Step by step. Sometimes the greatest victory is not moving fast. It's refusing to stop. Because consistency after failure is different. Before the setback, you had momentum. After it, you have to rebuild. And rebuilding is harder. But it also makes you stronger. Anyone can move forward when everything is going right. The real test is whether you can move forward when everything goes wrong. That's where character is built. In the fire, not in comfort. Your setback can burn away your excuses, your dependence on perfect conditions. It can force you to become more disciplined, more patient, more focused. So stop asking for a life without setbacks. Ask for the strength to handle them. Because everyone who attempts something meaningful eventually gets hit. The difference is what happens next. Some people retreat. Others reload. Some complain about the storm. Others learn how to walk through it. You decide which one you will be. And remember, your current position is not your final destination. Just because you're behind doesn't mean you're finished. Just because something didn't work doesn't mean nothing will. There are still roads you haven't walked, doors you haven't opened, versions of yourself you haven't met. So get up, dust yourself off, take a breath, look at what happened, learn the lesson, then turn your eyes forward, not backward, forward. Because the past can teach you, but it cannot carry you. And maybe right now, you don't feel strong. That's okay. You don't need to feel strong. You just need to take the next step, then another. Until one day, you look back at the setback that almost stopped you and realize it didn't destroy you. It built you. The failure didn't finish you. It trained you. The rejection didn't define you. It redirected you. The loss didn't end your journey. It forced you to become stronger. So never let one chapter convince you the entire story is over. You are still writing. The storm is not the end. The setback is not the end. As long as you keep moving, you are still in the fight. Keep walking. Keep building. Keep learning. Keep fighting for the person you're becoming. Because sometimes the road forward begins with one decision. I will not stop. And once you make that decision, move. If this message lit a fire in you, then it's time to act. Drop this in the comments right now. Setbacks will never stop me. So that I know you stayed all the way till the end. And you will keep moving forward, learn from every failure, and rise stronger every time life knocks you down.